Radon Dusula, Laling Tola Tarbachi, Puji Nothing Tola, Laling Tola Tarmeva, or the Tipi Sevu Sechanresha. Tayina Laling Tola de Medigala, Anangazuchi Hamata, the Neva Pechoni Takameva, the Zushak Choni Meva, or the Digit Savarani Mari, Kaisena Jisum Gishalin, the number of Yudigala, and Sojon La Peva in Najitoma Shinluja, Taranojing, Sojung Kablaya, and Jinebo Toji Tone. Shadum Jivaina, Tuan Takayova, or that the Zupin Duan Zambada, Pension Sonum Chaba, or Tela Sobita, Chotamba, Momuchi Sonyo Digala, and Tombati Takayoares, or Tingi Shinduchu Johnson, Tanitaki Nikonta, Gila Chudigala, Anichi Tevini Pipi Gelom Mujikin Duji, Shenling Nanson, Anchi Shenling Shasudia, Dangazo Puji, nothing Tola, Tarmeva Ganeta, Tindicirete, Yena, Shenling Majiba Yena. Kozu Shinli Chigamendu, Kozo Shinli Mashiv Nibati Yobares, or Tila Tendi Gonji Yoamares, Jimse Kaisena, Mazula, Tijan Tembasiva Gyang, Tante Dichi Yore, Divinola, Tuji Sungu Yore, Gelon de Wazeba Setum Suyenala, Shuking Aoya Jean, Tenepe Sosug, Sherry, Tansha, Oto Chaton Samaji Chije, and to be Kening de la Shasum say, Tenepe, Shili Mashiva, Savala Sobasine, and Tara. Tijitengi Yovari. Ti Tembayana, Shele Mashibra Savi, Nibati Kakayuares, or Tingi, Yanji, Sevuji Zoshana, Yawomendo Samsumji, or Janson T, Young Kokun de Jenny, teaching Sevundo, Shivi Kayen. Tani Tap Dotena, Tap Puji Nante, and Tanajing, Jaje Nante, Dona Pech Talent of Barmada, Dinji Lape, Yubig Nova, Sundashi Yenayang. Anipe Tombachum Dendi, Jinji, Juba, Jesum Gashale number Toba Yoba, Juba, or the Pe Sewu Turtabaji, Roland de Gini, Te Digolangazu, Ganga Tony, Taniva Yampon of Gini, Tak Garaji Gore, Mount Balariva, Karinzin Gore, Shiva Yena, Nazuga Tawa Tenjon, Chobatua Mebati, Zambulandi, and it's Danchi Gala, and Nazung near the Yaji, Jegobati, Hajang Kitchenbore. Samsuji Tengu, Tiki Toyaga, Reva Yuare, La Koku Yuare, Koku Karaji Yori Shiva Yena, Tansa Nangamodang Mandraver, Anji Jaku Kantan Kaina, Kijan Renland, Meto Yamjik, Titu de Hajing Titu Yaguji, Koku Yaguji Yodi, Mazuji, Roland Rabdan Ramba, Antanajing, Seshi Rabdan Ramba, Tindiku Koku Yodigala, Tindijik Toneyang, Yaji Tuyaga, Koku Yuares. Ta Reva Kanti Yori Shiva Yena, Nazu Tawa Tenjon, Chopatua Mebati, repeat and la Pabjaga Jire Matogila, Anichi, Nazu Jum de Dig Sonre, Day Zangazi, Ichimini, Kelengo, Res in the Petty, Chicla, Semso Tom is on the bottom, Chicla Katam is on the Botanicic Neta, Savar and the Chayo Mari, but to Mammy Biga, Saji Darsum Jine, Tala Pabjabaji, Yendigala, never than Zambulan Gala, Chetoyaga, Reva Yuares. Ta Dendi Chivala, Aningazu Kangaga. Shig double Jamni, Betty, Shing Tony Shig Jabjin, Zambulan, the Danchi Gala, Ya Chechi, Nazuga Tatu Pesum Tobati, Senriton, Poanyam, Yamchu Shit Bachitan, Chopatua Mebati, Zambulang Shidig, Jetela, Nazukanga, Yamrugini, Jogobati, Haching Kechamori, Samsung Jengu, Dendigala, Deni, Sonda Dinala, Donald Dinala, Pepig, Anipechi, Legend Nemo, Nambare, Tarana Jinga, Legend Nemo, member Yenari, Sutu Seina. Otanga Jumdi Jinji, Nalang Genuari, Nalapabin Genji Yuare, somebody Tone, and it Tawa Tenjon, Chobatewa Mebadi, Zambulandi, Shiruk, and Nobi Pandukanala Yaji, Titoyaga, Reva Yola Moloyo, Tamjik, Tilanya Rochi, and Samalo Trashi Dilla. 다 나름의 동자 말해고네 동자 가지도와 다이나 쳐버면도 납식지 마도 어다 트와틀리라 대샤 다 페저 트와틀리라 다 슈지 요사 말이 다이나 낭쿠르니 트와틀리지 수요나 단다 도베 단도 삼바노 초당 도베 어지 텐제 남바니 그 송시가 디토라 트와지 나로치 지니지 다 시다면도
예, 다 접해야 돼. 단다 로베 우지 줄라이. 아니 다단다 로베게 다 저동게 논제도 루지도 다 딘데 토네 하종게 가르스기리 신주는 보나신 땐데 노예 살이 다원의 통소. 디인들 아니 간조 단다 nye 카드텔라 아니 추마 딘도 타치 딘세네. 딘디시 토네다 단다 nye 셰베게더니 동화텔라 녜제도 bombo도 아니 로메그 동화 이지그 럼바선시 노제가스 셰그도 디인들다 추마 딩그 노로레다 추마 덤바섬도 멤버 시레샤 디노르 추마 덤바선텔라 아니 탄치 덤보 섬그 토네 아니 딘데게 지 덤바샤바이나 녜제리스 아니 타치 여바도 나베 토네 주 아니 덤바샤바이나 아니 bom보리스 아니 타치 타마니 그 토네 아니 주 덤바샤바이나 또와 이제 라면그 또와 이제 지그리 예세야 지동 아니 단다 추마 멤버 시텔라 타치 딩그 토네 아니 컨디시 토네 주 덤바샤나요 라면그 또와 이제 지그리 예세네 딩그 토네 지 녜제도 bom보도 라면그 또와 이제 그 딩그 또와다 지주름 바시 수조도 돼 아니 지주름 바데 조 전책 다 컨디시 토네 조 아니 대란베 그게 나스
라서 캐러버치 간드노에 텔라 단다 녜지비 카두텔라 추마데 소라 추마데 노네 추마 담바 솜다 아니 추마 멤버 예 다텔라 수 동운디 코서 탑지 드고네 파 탑지 건롱 고네 파제 찾아지 파제 차와데 게노 숨듬 야바이나 다다 치 숨바노 이 추마 담버섬 데라 아고 가르세 탭지 담버섬나 니제 마돈 주문도 탭지 이바당아 발라 bombo 마돈 민주 소도 탭지 타마니 될 수dom야나 탭지 타마니 다 데려봐 추마 많이 버다바다 드다바니라 데니데 찬 성회지나 수dom나 이네 하만 좀 소도 다단 갱 송지데 조 단nen가 가레나 송지데 그래서 최신 연구 점세 가레 송지데 다 조데 추만 디가서 담바다 멤버십바데 고 예 강요림도 담바도 가르스나 추 코로소게 자오데단 추마데니데 샘타니메냐라고나난다 드라카메카 드라카게 고네 담 멘초 티칸 양도스 예 멘초 코린토메세제르 주체쇼 드르그 멘초 강요림도 니가서 드라카메카 델라 드라카와 델라 추마 담바세 에네는 드라라와 델라 추마 멤버 세긴도 에넨 다다 헤바노기 드라카와 테솔라 탭티 tombo teso yonayo 다른 것은 라투요 사마레 디기 점세 인사레 상네 땅아로 콜렌스 테 인스야이
라서 아니 단두 저바치 피초와시 단다 거완지비 로마 카투텔라 당안조 디 동행게 아니 예로시에딜라 아니 동빈네네 포바세 데 수저라와 데 저동안조 코와 포와텔라 아니 동빈네네 포와 아니 자이 분네 포와 옴비고 신네 포와세게 포츠문다와 섬다고 시hun데게리 델 이지메지 다다 거완지빌 하메게 동왕 이지데 파 이지 조발라 아니 예로텔라 아니 동빈네네 포가와데 간데 이나스 디기 진짜 가르지스 다단다 치롱 티노로라 동보동 아니 레바동세네 다 비게 예로 시유딜라 동보세야데 동빈네네 포바디 예로드 기바데 숭게라와 어때 디 아니 이지메지 동빈네네 포와데 고 예로드 총가바데 가르치네 이나스
라서 대가로래 다다 돈비니는 포아센디데 다다 도안도 자와노라요 티 야나 트레라 론여라 벤제게 온디가솔라 그래 담보다 해바데 야나 쥐노니 지린도와 다데 다다 갱숨바노 이 돈비니는 포아다 붐네 포아다 온비고르 포아데 튼리섬도와 디노니 디가서 라망의 조발라 돈비니는 포아 인고와데 론노 사칸도 가르스난데 론 남지 노라 부스 포아데 부스 옆에 코아든 푸나 bombo 인송 들송도 다 점세나 산로도나 다 담배 점된데 tundu송지 때라 코 땡이게 가르세게 nenga데 가rel이 투요 나 덤비깔라 또는 마도 디 접종라 점세나지 나 세고 시시마서 쉬야데 론노라 데사칸도스
tanda de gela ke di toangu shi kunji yala de la tanda nga sha nang do la chida delia duma surung yin che sa ji song sha de ne labje gelon de surung yin che sha ge na ka de na ta azu de dum na labje surung yin me surung go la ji ro
la so okay so ji de nge kos ta tan de la nga so yan la nga yang de tombo surung yin che he ba ti no la labje tse go ndo si tar nge long ji shu yin ba long shu wa ge repi la mi ka so 제다 갤론지 류치콘도 레버 제발 겐디지 라마 쳐바테 인도 센디지테 갤론 남다 다단디 사랑인디 비 갤론 테게 비메라 야나 연송 고네 류응웨라 레소나 겐디 라만 조아테 인도 센데 테페코네 라바 침발라요 겐디지 라만 조로 세디 다 루시와 코르노 테송디 소루 연지데 담바 샤바 디노라 에진 갤론 츠고근도 생이 휴지데이라 올라서
로반라 야 좋아지 당초지 단다디 녜려야 단다 게임하는실라게 단다 좋았다디 게임처럼게 단다디 좀쇼 지샤지디 나라야 단다 데도아 네 춘남선 춘난선 겨니 딘지와 영화 담아들라 네 니니 쪼바 디차이메나 아니 년제별 하마도 무시 좋던 거 저지 바제 단게 송그 줘도마 다이메나 딘지지 메도 삼삼도 송송 지든 대화디 농도 거도아 지든 디니 단디 가르저레 총마 단 멤버십으로와 멤버십들이야네 단다디 아니 창와 임비나 아니 디 수주 창아 단다 개인 경험이 디는 송샤이데 창아 여러와 디 창조와 임베나 바지 단게 개인 송당전에 가르제 전전이야 가 모티사로 진이사로 들 송당다 마임 바지 개인 경험이 디 송당다 먼저 신지 송송데 다 전이 고 정의로 바지 매로 삼선도 송송아 membership de tang yo wa de tang yo yin zai membership de ya an ka zna nian jie ben ha ma de wo shi zhou de wo zhou ji yong de wo zhou ji de ge de ji da wa
ge so ji nge shi da ko ma de yong ja so ru ji de ka ra so re nian ji bi la ma de wa la
ge nian ji la ma de
ta ma le yan la de la ni ji ni zhou ba wo xie ba de yan la ta ma de wa
la re de wa ta chen lang se jian de ta wo shi zhou wa yo wa de chong ma membership de ya an de tang yo wa 당기 애는 가서 멤버십들하는 가서나 니제들 봉보 디르기 마도 아니 매와 제대 디인디 들이야 좋아 용내로지도 와 근데 간디나 겐겐디
게 소지데 ndone sare ni traba shebadita ge sojide nga kodan konor mena ni traba shebadi chuma member la yo chu ro asure rebala te tero re chuma tamba yinanda member yinanda kroni tombo zason re de oral tombo kroni chente re de oral den tapsi de gonu gone pantos oral tor soate yonja gano chum dum yana dumba tsam gi lama de jugum dosi 디 듬비 짠지 니 잡아디 좋나 되는 라면 정도 세 땅이 휴지대
라서 땅이 좋아도 겐디
담바당
겐게 좋아도 돼
인나다 동보 파진 또 살아와 용자 게노 츠동 디 짠지 니 잡아 디 야날 고응도 세 이 휴지대
겐디 단들이 징에 좋아도 단데 배는 추스마에 하마 여러와 추스마에 하마 저지 임베이나 오지기 아니 제바든 잡아지 도르디 제바 만제베 파르들야 아니 베나 준르기 추진 베메질이야 체지 마와 임베이나 딘제데 gelong들야 네 동왕무시 조여되요 말게 그 여바 임베이나 개인 전환기 단단히나 마 장샤지디 가르제 마외 대와 용어 차빈 덤바 군든 도자의 템바 사데디 파지 마장을 차도도 어디 간디나 겐디 사시지 동을 제시여이
티티래 발라
티티 마이 하마도 지나
티티 가서 다다 나비 들어와 나비 대와 냥스 녀와지면 덤바 군든 도자의 덤바 때 삼비연 라래 발라 삼비연 라시 에네 다다 갱데네 때 가르치 소이
디 야랑 아디 상사비 베메들이야 아니 도자의 덤바 고바 니로 시야라 저와 시야라는 도자의 덤바 고 송요레 송요 말디게
이 연라 tel라 라게 말이라 된 티신 나와 보게노 tel라 차슴 고시 비탄다래 발란데 나비 대와 냠스 녀와 지빈도 바꾼 다샤도 덴바 시바데 요라 댕게라다 땡라 댕게르스나 땡게노 tel라 댕게르스
다 드니 이메나 게로와 드니 이메나 단단 도디기 제반 제차비지 단다 갑드로 이메나 드니기 베미질이야 아니 땡진데 게노 로안디 대한 용도지 인도막 군도사도 댕이 되네 아니 땡gel롱들한테 그런 여바지 다 저런 게다나 딘는 송세지 베메니다 레버메 바다니바 메베 추는지 돈근시 네바다 돈 고아다 추바다 덴베 지금 메바 오송다
레레
我觉得咱这个信仰了本来的，这一出现一个本来经验吧，就大家搞不得了呀。对了，俺这次马玩意白呢，等现在可能在那多少等吧去，可以的，这次马玩意呢，这次马玩他们我是做有的有嘛的。
레 당 내가 도과지요 가래를 세난 소티 노래나 전투 취재대 양라라 전투 취재 많이 받은 양라 양도라
레바만
양도아 얘나요 가래서 나가서 롱노라 산로 또나 아 전투 취재대 양라노라 고이 나상도 이 타산로 또나 롱 남지다 대서 노라 산로 또온두 가래서도 세나 아 로아 옌리 제바단 로아 옌 je namba tembalayo na meba meto osondoa roa yen li jebatan roa yen je namba tembalayo na meba meto osondu ni luno sondo onde jena khadu onde jena jontu chije de yala ogo na asan nga te toga yor o ti karesna roa yen li jebatan roa yen je namba tembalayo na meba meto osondu roa yen je namba tembalayo na yo na me me sonde lamango jinjong sonde yara tangi tesangdo
lasso tene tangi gorjo mangbo shuma waje ene indonesia na phebe gelong la ya duk kandi ji shue yu ene ngaran so phegi da dulwa zimba nam ki da ngema sange she shukdu dan ter chi lo mangbo chi gi che la da gelong number ta pa ngon jin che du gang la ene ta tim gi nga chu chazang sung du ke shugo are ine chi su en dang ngarang gi dan da chik ta ten den ramen do wa jingteng dan dene 다 수직 소소 송당 메다와지 밤락 주든기 마고바 라 gelong 남다 지다양 치기 밤바지 마고싱 장싱이 간노 마토발라 젬바데 데네지 샤나게 도스 이니 단다 인도네시아 낭로라 이니 다 치기 개발 남기 이니 gelong 남다데 원진 간데질라 지고 아레스 어디 간디슈야이
But in the Tibetan source, it says those who are free from any offense related to parajita, the first offenses first, and those who are mindful of observing remaining precepts should be called excellent monks or bhikkhus. So how do we know whether the individual is an excellent bhikkhu or not?
Okay, thank you. I think it's for how to know about the purification of the monk. I think if in Indonesia we have many of sangha organization, so they control us and no, I mean know about the rules of the monk, and when we understand all of the rules, so we try to train of these rules. And even we are in Indonesia have like Chula Desa. Chula Desa is a small group of the monk, but we have connection with the other country. Even in our Indonesia, we connecting for Theravada monk. We connecting with Thailand or as the big group of Theravada monk, and so. We control each other about this precept. And for Mahayanism, we connecting with the other Mahayanis organization in the world. So I think because for the Sangha organization in Indonesia, we have under the World Sangha Council, so we follow the rule of the Sangha for our precept, for our practicing of the precept. So we still try to purify of our life or as a monkhood, and even if they have some conference of maybe if somebody they have Sangha Disesa, or especially for Sangha Disesa, they must be mindful, aware, and then inform to the other Sangha member, and also in Yati like this.
Da Congress de ani Deresha, all the Sanganzo Indonesia, Lumben, all any Genduji de Hajon Nunuris, and the Tatung Koyrobachi, my sure that thing in a Korachunjunka, and Tombanga Rad Mashu Kone, gets on with Dombe Color, Lojo Chigres, Conto the Lojo and the Shimpache, DJs on the Radushun to the Chigres, Tadene, Casey Gendulami, Tonda, which is showing in Adene, Shuju Chebeka, so that Genduji de Mombuchi Meba Indu, and he comes to Thailand, or the Jaka Jimban Patongo res. Pardon and Pegane Shuju Che, the Bongo Yusolos of Shebi, Rimba, Soma de Sane, and he owns to Don Trichigores, Conzulumbano, Indonesia, Lumbenola, Tanda, Gihoma, Bomeba in the Tendris, and in a Tadunganzu, and Indonesia, Lumba Corona, Gintu de New Vanda, and Conzon Pensupan Tundiche, and Tashitongus, and Tanoji, Shilu Jaka, Jendo Jena, Nipa, Tundiche, Tashiton, the Chiguyes, a Congatrison page, Tradi.
Good afternoon, the Mahasangha. I am so glad that two of those speakers, you, the Gesela Ji and the Venerable from Indonesia, you have presented very well. I have one question to Namdroling Master regarding this purification process, what you have mentioned in your presentation. Now, in Theravada traditions, when somebody want to reinstate or rehabilitate, 20 monks they have to gather. Similarly, in your tradition, how many monks are necessary to purify a monk who want to join, re-establish in the Sangha? And the second part of the question is, do you also recite the Patimokkha every fortnightly on full moon day and new moon day, reciting all the Vinaya rules? Thank you.
Tanda Gishinla Dam, any Indonesian PB, Robin Nabanigi. Sunshi Hajong Yabonos to Cheno Shuadon, and that Trevade, Trevidenzi Tombo de Lamegi Ton Shubi Jesu, Pongu Yunsu Cheyendu, Yong Shibala Genduji de any Chong Nishutamba Songor the Gomares, and Ganzu Lulina, Chong Nishutamba Genduji de and Chong Nishumeba in a Yunile Chagmares, and number 2 in Dululate Songor the Maris Trevachiche, Trevanibate, Tene, Ore. 아니 샤부정아 정아 바로라다 소중초네 아니 소다진도데 냐스 연구 여르도 요 말에 스테 컨디션이 송도 라소 저 동보데 다다 겐딜 하미 용아 지용 비캅소 아니 겔론 니슈 총 고그레다 고그 말에스나 땡에바 고그레스 데 Horino la long non songdo. Galon ye chig ma sonayo, galon teon, and you go chug mare son to songdo. Galon mayena, Jipitamba. Galon payena, you are a niche tamba thing ever to go race. Tin on the galon chig ma son of a chugunda which you and you go chug mares. And on the chig de la Shamachonga something as that, so Jean 네 뒤에 봐 소중들어 봐 소중 주지 봐도 정아 봐 뒤가서라 소스타빈 넌 덤비고는 소중 지기 요레스 들어왔더라 와라
Thank you.
단다디 인도네시아 베베 gelongda ni daran shoge 들어가 시기 송송 디 넘버 2게 도와 나로라 페지 디 유지 팅 다나 남쪽에 다나 도와 따데 나로라 동아 다주들라 싱아지 송래 간다 동아 샤사데 체네 많이나 안 코라 직 동아 코라 다주르지 송여 페지 다 룸바 칼레 디르 룸바 심만들 동아 다주 체세야데 데 룸바 코라 산네들이 이나 사선르버지 나도 동아 다주드 동아 샤유드 체네 많이나 동아 코라 다루 그래서야지 송여래 데 페지 넘버 2 도와니 시기네 페지 멘데스 데 티여나야 칼레 룸바 심만 드야데 강에 시부지도 다데 몽차이
Yeah, I can.
He has to find the Sangha community to confess, right? So when he could not find the proper number of Sangha community, Sangha, it is said in our text that when you cannot find the required number of the bhikkhu members, then it automatically, your offense automatically get purified. When there comes such circumstances or situation where even you trying your best, you may not find a bhikkhu, the required number of bhikkhu to confess your offense. So in that period, our text says your offense automatically get purified. So there's no fault on you. So what is your sort of, what does your text or your tradition talks about these things?
Okay, so when actually if some monk who make confess and then he would like to purify his confess, then they must inform to their senior monk, and then they actually from the senior monk will invite another monks or they send to the another country like in Thailand for who get monk and many monk more than 20 persons, and but we can invite another monk too. Actually, from in Indonesia, in Theravadin monk more than 100, but they spread it into many islands, I think. So I think the method to purify this conference, I think must follow for the Vinaya, that must invite 20 monks in, but maybe only after the yati in yati process. But if they would like to make from parivasa until yati, I think must go to the monastery who get 20 persons of monks like this. I think like this. Thank you.
Tatanda Indonesia lumber chajana ni gendu chong hajung nyunyu du kisida gendu lami tonda buji shongena rongi tu gendu lapa ngal tonda de shunsu de ichi mechi pa sugres lagores ani da de tonda de ba shaba shebala ani gendu ji chong long me wa inde yo nishu la so long go de inji mechi pa jaka jimba la tong de gres ta ngi samba chena da de jena pa shulu tong gu tu gu dos.
네. 좋아. 아주 근데 저기 비주제 로봉 저라 당기 아마 죽순디 예라 장용변 나라야 남준다 송당지베나 안에 주주 말아서 보주 난테난게 처음에 도와错了 또 nomba chemla 또 쓰다 송당지 여봐 대인주 대단제 진의 휴요 다 간절해서는 변나 당기 로봉라기 조조데 연제랑기 공도지 기부지 정야 ngarangi namju te tengi zo so yiksha ta mani ba ya yagar penjing song kare do te ndoye kong kare do se te samgi yus yene ya ta ngarang chwa zo te kare inse na lomo jogi choting na ya be gi ye samba jorba tatu se te chang ba yina kunje chona be ga song yo mara penna yin da wo jene kong de dang de yori se chang yo yin du ga rang chang ba yina ama to ba ga rang keling is what did you hear in to see
다다 지역이 타마데 가르송 소걸 소티노 이산 조안 타투 자주데 가르송레
나서 소전 나래야 지당 아마 주좀 망체발라 군제 전화비 용당 아니 도의 공독지 기부지 다 장여발라 대인주 아마 주좀 가인 제반도 예사 바 저와 타투세 소전 나야다 대하랑게 상바이나 안나랑마다라고 killing and it tangi lomo jogi yande mobo je kongtu yate nenga roji tiparaji yunasa araya tenji tensu tuji she
las te tegarang re tangi sashi ka shui maso pyoge sona jipo mare nduti rinchen re ta duin reba te sonona maso soge ye samba joan tatu sine tindiki yana yena na pago sha jane suyore tadande tadangi ke dinona lama just que tomo mai bien la de drone de tsama penje temi shin ke sondo ke jachin dana kare ya ba tegaron re ni dari kon de shui ngal so ke tada penje hindi no la yisamba sen meng ta mu de ndi no la penje ke yan la chu thamba chong go son ne pena lama tombo le yan la chu thamba chong go son do wa tenga so pende no yin jin yisan joan tadu no la pa go she jana go she je chojo ren do se tere te kunjin sona wa ke 다리 치 손바 노이래 이제선 저한 다도 손 다리 코나 바치 기타와질라 손 준축 주지 많이 봐서는 빼나 치티나비 카투다 냥고 마비 카투를 든 손여라 땡아로 도바여 선디 가래르서나 손나 손 지금도 되는 알아보지 가슈식 말때 건다 군진 손나바기 콩 가래를 두요 나세 눈 남지 노라네 로아 연레 제바던 로아 연 로아 연진나 로아 연레 제바던 로아 연진 넘버 템발라 나메바 메도 손도 텐르지디 아니 콩 준주지 주지 많이 바지 연락을 고송지데 콩 가래두요 나사네 마로나 때 신도요 선이 휴지 때이라 근데 바지 되긴데 손고 다다 다단디 노라 손두진데 가서 번데 노이 이제선 요한 타투라 파고시 제가나 제 초조렌도 이제선 요한 타투에 먹고 세금이 이제선 요한 타투 된 속에 버근데 받아서 좀 춘다고 지레샤 스티노라 다단디 노라 잔데 노 손용주기 양라 쫓탐바 고세지데 이제선 요한 타투 노라 파고시 제나 아니 가서 고시 제 초조렌도 세네 대슈지
My question is to the Indonesian people.
Kelong pote otomo la chawate pegi. Ane diringe joji de tsovonda wote ta je lama chusong ko lando te yore. Te yimba yitsa tenen di doling to tsovonda wote te pa som gite ne te je ane choksong je ane tamje yoba ma som te ne do te yore. Ane je lama chusong te pa som la mentuwa yang do ta mendo. ane tepa som ke pesha te cha cho yinji re yon je international ke te ne jaya do tam do te de chwa yi la so
yeah I can
So today the topic that we are discussing here is on the 13 Sangha-desesa. So since you are from Indonesia, we are discussing Sangha-desesa offense from different traditions, mainly Mula Sarvastika and Mahasaraswati and Dhammagupta. So these three different traditions. So, so the main question is, have you found any differences between those three different traditions when it comes to defining or understanding those 13 Sanghadesesa offenses? So there's another part of question. So in Indonesia, do you have those text, the text on Sanghadesesa on his main question is, in which language you study Sanghadesesa or the Patimokkha? So which language are you able to study in your country?
Okay. Thank you for your question. When I study for Patimokkha or the introduction of Vinaya, when I was study the first in theoretical, I study my bachelor degree in Indonesia, so I study about Vinaya Pitaka and introduction of the Pitaka. That's I study in Indonesian language, but based on Pali language too. And except that, I study more about this Vinaya in Thailand when I was ordained, I become novice and monk, yeah, and continue in Mahachulalongkorn Raja Vajrayana University until PhD degree then. And when I study about this Sanghadesesa, yes, I think from the three tradition, yeah, from the three tradition that I saw Maula Sarvastiwada, Mahasangika, and also Theravada, and in here, and yeah, Dharmakuptaka, I think. Dharmakuptaka. I think in my knowledge that the historically Theravada tradition is come from Sri Lanka. In the Asokan period that is in India, from Vibhajawadin sect, and after that spread it into two parts, the ones of Dhammakuptaka of China, and also for Mula Sarvastiwada, spread it when after second councils, I think that. So I think for the 13 Sanghadesesa, especially for monk, I think that don't have difference about the rules, but maybe in this my limited knowledge, maybe from our senior monk will can explain more than me, and that's the different of this, especially for only for monk and nun. I think this difference of this Sanghadesesa rules. That's my question. Sorry, my answer. Thank you.
Tadanda Congress ne de nimu ji shuba ina ni Quran radu shun sate Malay Indonesia ron la radu shun antano ji de de ne ko la jomba chins antano ji de ne sun ngo de to la jongze che ba yins anta de da tang je ni pali ke to ne jongze che ba yins de ne di ji su pa Thailand lumba na pa phe Thailand lumbe no la ni tanda lo jono ado de che ba yins mi se tanda chungi de se wa tanda Pabane de Develugi, and the one who did you non seller, and Chungi decision to Chulabaga session. Take to learn Burambi, Lache Tabanis, or Conte Songdu. Alors, chepa ken thong mu de so ta te temba je shong da o la so 아니 단당아서 디파르도 수지 바세리 데 군대 넘버다 돈레마 넘버 정말 이게 토갈로 수지 tradition 네 겐든데 바장선데 디아일로 수지 강가 tradition 라서 아니 까마 바지 까마 정아서 인사요 디젤네 야 페로나스 트체나
about the generally, not particularly about the Sanghadisisa, but we can discussion according to literatures. I'm very glad to see all of you. Thank you so much to invite me to attend this the great honor program and to give the chance to speak something about Vinaya, which is a rule regulation for monks, nuns. Vinaya means morality, discipline, the virtue, rule, regulation. So many translations regarding with the Vinaya word. For Bhikshu, Bhikshuni, Samanera, Samaneri, and the Sikamana. Vinaya able to control or do kinds of action, bodily action, and the verbal action. From the evil things, the announcement of Vinaya rule regulation is related to the Buddha, not others. Only the Buddha lay down such the all types of Vinaya rule regulation for the Buddhist, the monks and nuns. Vinaya rules belong to the Buddha. Only Buddha ever do lay down. One day, the Buddha, his disciple, was living in Virinjara city in India for rainy seasons. At that time, a Venerable Sariputta requested the Buddha, please lay down Vinaya rule regulation for a long time of Buddha Sasana. At the time, the Buddha replying to Sariputta that lay down the Vinaya rule regulation is a need some conditions. And Sangha community, monk are getting old age. The many old monk, Bhikshu, and Buddha Sasana. At the time, some problems are coming. At the time, need Vinaya rule regulation to lay down. Another point is Labhika, the monk nuns get a lot of property. The food, the shelter, monastery, and then chura, sari, and the medicine. Such like this requires the coming to Bhikshu Bhikkhuni a lot. At the time, Sangha society start program. At the time, need Vinaya rule regulation to solve all problem. In Sangha community, some monk very intelligent. They know science, the philosophy, language, literatures. At the time, start program against to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. At the time, need Vinaya rule regulation. So, the Buddha very well know time for Vinaya. After his enlightenment, 20 years, during the 20 years, no need Vinaya rule regulation. At the time, all of monks, nuns, very purified, a noble person, no Putujana, no ordinary person, or a noble, special person. That's why during the 20 years, the Buddha not laid down Vinaya rule regulation. Vinaya Parajika, Sanghadisesa, etc. come in. after his enlightenment, 20 years, at the time, start program in the community of Bhikshu Sangha, because they know very well about literature, science, philosophy, language. They start against Buddha Dharma. After 20 years, Buddha enlightenment. Okay, why we Buddha lay down the Vinaya rule regulation? So at the time, the 10 kinds of good results are coming, especially to peace, harmonious, and Sangha society. Rule regulation is the need to not be peacefulness, happiness, and harmonious in Sangha society. And to prevent the who are no Shila. So Vinaya rule regulation is protects the Buddha Sasana and then prevent to do Shila, who are no Shila. Even though Buddha Sasana, we are monk nuns, no Shila. So such like this person coming in Buddha Sasana at the time, this is Vinaya rule regulation is protect for them. And then to belong Buddha Sasana. Buddha Sasana now 2,600 years long journey start from Buddha time to now. Why? Buddha Sasana journey long time because of constitution of Vinaya. Vinaya is great constitution of our Buddha Sasana. Because of Vinaya rule regulation, our Sasana is still now remaining. 1 minute. Sile Praditaya Naro Sabinyo Shila, Samadhi, concentration, wisdom, the knowledge of liberation, Nibbana, the base on the Shila. Without Shila, without Samadhi. Without Shila, without Panya. Without Shila, no liberation. That's why Shila is very important. And Vinaya Nama Sasana Sa Ayu. Vinaya means age of Buddha Sasana. Vinaya Nama Sasana Sa Ayu. Buddha Sasana Sa Ayu. So Vinaya rule regulation is age of Buddha Sasana. No Vinaya, no life of Buddha Sasana. That's all about the presentation. Thank you for attention.
Jila tanda Burman Pepe Gien and in Doanzamba Mahadara Kongiani, the Sonshik Unzunion.
I'm John Adaju. Well, first of all, I beg your pardon for using the word I, which amounts to Atta. But anyway, in practice, we have got to use this word I, so I may be using the word I. Please pardon me for that. I happen to be a nuclear scientist, and it was a nuclear scientist fabrication of nuclear bombs, but not for destruction, but for peace. We have been using the values. we as a scientist don't as a scientist, we don't believe in anything without any evidence. Same thing happened with me here also. Though I have been working as a scientist, I have been doing rites and rituals, a lot of them, but that never gave me a peace of mind. Ultimately, I think I was destined to come to the place where I got to introduced to the Vipassana, maybe accidentally or so, and that has taken me to this thing, and I was scrutinizing each and every step of doing the Vipassana education or practice and all that. And I realized this teaching of Lord Buddha, which is a gift to a human being, is such a great that there is nothing to remove and nothing to add to it. It is Keval Paripurna. So banking on that, I kept on practicing without expecting any fruits. I was not craving, neither craving to have something miraculous thing or some, nor I was having aversion, but I was doing my duty of just keep on practicing with the full faith in Lord Buddha's teachings. Ultimately, by and by, let me explain you the reason how I was attracted is. Though I have been a nuclear scientist, I am a homeopathic doctor also. And homeopathy believes, rather gives utmost importance to the mind, because mental things only create all sort of symptoms and all sort of these things. So I was attracted because of that only, because here also Vipassana also gives utmost importance to the mind and mental feelings and all that. Simultaneously, when I was practicing, I was really wondering, I used to get the cases which were dropped by many of the topmost surgeons or the specialists and all that. And maybe I am destined to do that just as a media, maybe Lord Buddha's directives or something. It used to come to me and get cured. And my entire motto was of that. Anybody comes crying to me, must, when he leaves my place or when he leaves after seeing me, should go smiling. And I'm grateful to the Dhamma that I was very much successful in that. So much so that nowadays we see that depression cases are very much growing like anything in this world, and this can be cured by pure metta, that is only loving kindness, without using any medicine. Also, many of the patients have been cured with just pure metta, right from here to all the places abroad as well. And that is something which gave me such a solace, I kept on moving. And ultimately then, of course, I was attracted towards this religion of Dhamma, and I kept on practicing. I was lucky enough to have been ordained at centuries-old forest monastery in Myanmar, known as Ingimpin. And from there, I continued practicing, did lots of courses, and I was wondering, many things were happening to me as a miracle. But then I realized it is nothing a miracle. As Lord Buddha says, you do and you get the fruits, here and now, and that I have experienced it a lot. And that's how I continued, and I still continue even at this age of 90 with angina and with all my 10 toes totally dead, no sensations. How I can go all over the world alone, and from somewhere or some corner somebody comes as an I feel that is the miracle sort of a thing, which not even known to me. Some people they come, or somebody will come and help you out of the way, and then I realized that Dhamma is so great that if we walk Dhamma, Dhamma does take care of us, and Dhamma guides us. Well, I continue to this, and at this fag end of my life, I happen to have come to this place. I am very much thankful to all these people, and in fact, it is just a coincidence that I happened to come to Bangalore on the request of one of my Bangaloreans, and one of the directors of this Dhamma Bodhi, of Bangalore, he motivated me to join him and to come here, and that's how I'm here. Well, I have a message to all that you all may grow and grow on the path of Dhamma, be happy, be peaceful, and be liberated. Then, Namo Buddhaya. Thank you.
Madala Twitchena, ni Tatanda Ngatu de Droatile, Tandakama Osio, ni Ditudama, the number to be to Tanda George Detan Trading in area, and Chetangi to Matu Deva Soso Parugi to Takasecuri, Julia, or Tindi Korkarina, number to Gumani to Tuaka Mama Journey, Purochi, and a Tuango to Tangi drop here the any corny piggy any Tatanda Manzo Nomba Tsumeke, any Tawasuji Johnny de any Trench Tapo, any Jevet Tapola, any Inzichegeris, any Kunki Taru Sungudus, any Titolang Tawashia Chilla, any Tanganzoke, Ushu Batasoke, any Ushu de. Jitege Shapapo in Bate Pagogeris, Jite Shapapon Tegerite, Tenganzo Nobeng in a Pagoja Chene Gogeris. Any Shiro Tuchepa Tavina, any Shitso de Jitege, that Jite Nilinuche Tonchege Shapapo in Bandabate, Anzo Nobeng in a Pagogeris. De Pakova Tedon, and then Anzoking in a Suji Jonden de Duake Shapapo in Deba Yetela, and it Titon and Mandavi Chavana Katsungeris.
Now my question is to Panditji, and so as we all are followers of our Lord Buddha, and we all accept that Lord Buddha is the only person who can make rules and regulations for monks and nuns and so on. So my question is that, but those non-Buddhists, just like the followers of Ishvara, they accept the Ishvara to be the creator of the world, whole world, as well as some followers from the Samkhya tradition. They also believe in creator, that means one creator, God something, who makes all the world. And so, as well as we believe that Buddha is the only person who makes rules and regulations for us. And so, what is the difference between the two? That we believe Buddha is the only person who can make rules and regulations, and on one hand, and on the other hand, those followers of the Ishvaras or who accept creator, and so they also accept that creator makes everything. So what's the difference between the two?
So basically, I know clearly your question. Sorry. I'm not clear.
The main point is that what is the difference between we Buddhist system, that we accept Buddha is the creator of rules and regulations. On the other hand, those followers of non-Hindus, just like Hindus, they believe in the creator God. So in that system also, the creator is the only one God who makes everything. So what's the difference?
Okay, this is outside of Vinaya question, religious question. Huh? Yeah, just like this, many religions based on the philosophy, some ideas. Some believe Buddha, that's why they become Buddhist. Some believe Hindu, so that's why Hinduism, Christian, Islamic, something like this. So the religions, okay, many different followers, such like this. So we believe Buddha, that's why we follow whatever Buddha said, lay down rule regulation. So I understand your question, why the difference between religions, something like this?
No, the main question is it similar that we believe Buddha is the creator or not?
Okay. Maybe your mind is clearly. Huh? Okay.
Okay, I think Geshe-la has made clear enough. So the question is, isn't it quite similar? Because as Buddhist, as you also mentioned in your speech, that Buddha is the only one who makes all the rules, particularly the monastic rules, right? Vinaya rules and regulation, right? Yes. Buddha is the only one who can make it. No other person can make any rules, right? And this notion, this belief, and the belief of non-Buddhist, like Hindu, they also have the same, not same, but similar belief that Shiva, or God is the creator. God has all the authority. God is the one who makes everything. So the question is whether it is similar or not. The Buddhist idea of believing in Buddha as the only one person who can make monastic rules, and the Hindus believe that Shiva is the only one, the final authority, the one who invented everything, one who created universe. So are they similar, or you think there's difference?
So okay, now I understand. So Buddhism, our Buddhism is Buddha is not only one. Millions, billions previous Buddha also. Tathagata. Now who are practice paramita according to others 6 types, according to here Bali 10 or 30 types of paramita, dana, parami, sila, parami. Our present Buddha is Siddhartha Prince Gorma. Next Buddha is Rimidya. Something like this. Previous also many that because they belong to the samsara, aneka jati samsara according to our Pali. So millions of billions of Buddha also finished. Now present our Gorma Buddha. So laid down we are rule. Every Buddha laid down. Not every Buddha. Some Buddha laid down. We need a rule regulation for their teaching to be existing in this world. So other religions, the Hindu, Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu. Shiva is Shiva, not others. Brahma is Brahma, not others. Vishnu is Vishnu, not others. No sharing their position. So they are only one, but our Buddha is not only one. Belong to the practice, the practical way. You can be Buddha, I can be Buddha. Depends on me, depends on you. So we have chance to be Sambuddha Buddha. They are not chance to be Brahma, to be Vishnu, to be Shiva. So according to them, yes, the Brahma is one. But according to us, Buddha is not one. This position is belong to the all of people, all of beings. Yeah, this is the main question.
Okay. Da Kongressnoyala dang zo tenin drag maris, mandravi junsen karesene, manzo nombelo la sonji chome ba yores, teji sheba chome ba che, teji sheba ngama ngame gi, enen duwi cheba mombu je yores, teji sheba chome je yores. O mari mari teji sheba kashin je yore, ene kashin je yuji maris. Kondara ni teji sheba ngama nonji duwi cheba mombu jin je yores. Ani te don tanda shiro begi debi la tsomba don la onshu lo soba. Tenzo gi chulu dun draga meba da kara resena kunzu gi tsombe gi kone la jima do yo maras ta tsombe kuja jima do yo maras teni ta no ji la onshu ina kora desa kuja do de kone jima do yo maras ta tele jembi ni ko dun drago yo maras ta ina nganzu tsome gi nombe gi lulu cheba ina ngayo song je chore che song je to gres tende yindu nganzu tsoma magon ba yong ta ba zo suji chaya gi de karsere koga de masune yore tende yindu tenen draga mares
Teni tse yaguchik tre ma song gongge mebaji gelong kong la ya zhuwa shi chubachi. Danda ta nga zo juesha de loma jisung korwa. Di nga zo loma jisung di karsa kore nga zo ta gelong dewan zimba kanga lo chi jung chochong rawo. Chi zabsub chi guwan rawo. Tindri yinba la chabar chuni meba tindri rewe yana kashi chi jung chochong yinba chi desik zabsub chi guwa chi. Kashi chi tezum chi ki jung chochong memba chi jung rangwa. Tindri yinba chi digi chabar tindri yori yuwa ma re. Ta penchun chik shiba yina lama chisum nga tongpo di tongpo niba tuzu zazu ma chi na desik jung chochong rawo chi kirwa. Di nangshi kanga chi jung chochong rewe yana kashi chi jung chochong yinba chi kashi chi jung chochong mewa tindri rewe es. Ani kazang terang pe na gende yin ki lama di nga zo la jungrin jungu ma re es. Di kirang ka samzi chik song ro chi es.
My question to you, Venerable Kosala, is that our subject is about the 13 Sanghadesisas. So all the Sanghadesisas are all the Sanghadesisas very easy to commit for bhikkhu or not easy? For example, the first two Sanghadesisas are quite easy to come to the bhikkhu, to come to us, and so is there any difference between those 13 Sanghadesisas? Some are easy or some are not to commit them, and according to this one, Sism Sanghadesisa, Sism of the Sangha community, the Sanghadesisa, and then is the Sism, the partition between the Sanghas, that Sanghadesa is there. Is it easy to commit such a Sanghadesa nowadays? Do you think so, or what?
Yeah. Sanghadesa is very easy to come into us now. We take bus, aeroplane. So modern science support for that. Wherever we go there, together with the women. So easy to touch each other. So that's why Sanghadesas are coming to us very easy in now and then. So Sanghadesas is, 13 kinds of Sanghadesas for bhikshu. For bhikshu, 17 types according to Bali literature. Maybe Sanghadesas is 30, so your school also accept. No? Sanghadesas belong to the bodily action, the body action, and Baba action. That's why this offense, apathy is coming to us. This is the bodily action. Suppose that I suddenly attached to any ladies. Okay, this is the touching is second sangadisisa, no? So, but with my mind is attachment or not, desire or not. So with the desire, with the attachment, I immediately touch this lady. This is sangha, this is apathy coming to me. Accidentally is not. I'm not trying to touch, but accidentally on the aeroplane, on the bus, on the way. So touching with any lady. At the time, no sangha disease. Okay. So question is, apathy, no offense, sangha disease is easy to come in or not? Now in day, yes, very easy to come in to us. But importance in our mind. That's why we should know first the rule regulation. That's why we need to study first. This is offense. This is no offense. We should know by ourselves. Buddha, no Buddha here, no Arahanta here. But we are Buddha, we are Arahanta. We should know by ourselves. I'm Sanghadisisa or not, according to my study, my knowledge. At the time, how to make recover, purify our life. At the time, we should try to follow rule regulation according to literature. Okay, I want to explain now.
Ani tanda kongsen yala re ta lama na ani nganzol hajung juni wa tende re de ores. Ani tende indu ta zo de tanda pena ta repe lama ta ucha jaba ina ani pume le repa le shunwi tongwa ji indu ani hajung juni wa jires. Ina ta de zo de repe lama ima i zo de ni kulon lo ta gores. Kulon chapa de chebe gone pume le repa ina repe lama res. Chapa mebe gone repa shunwa ina repe lama rogomare. Pena nganzo ta yaman roju chebe kasu ani tanda chichu langola soba tende no ne ani pumel karsara sanji maimbe tone reba shunwa te tawe ina na rebe lama rogma res o tende che tene ota tende indo ngazo ani sanji ji jeban je jeba tenzo golo tume chane ne ngazo kande ji cheba ina nyepan juwa do kande ji cheba ina nyepan munjui nyepan jundo munjui sanjong kor tenzo loni nongwe de pe ke chimburendus o tende shi kontu so eder
di paru nga chi shu chop nga tanda de chi bokse na te ke jure ra ku chi konso tsama chi de jure ka se na tanda len ani towa pu tu tsama di nga zu chirtang de jikto so no tindi ma ka ta pha chu ni ani nyamnyong jeri da chi samsu jeri se na ma tu ti che ter ba ondi chi du tsama ani ma len pu yon len na yon du tsama ani len tela yang chi khasap jagunge tanga du chuto tanda ti dewa jamba te so yang chi khasap jagana ani ta so yang chi khasap jaya ta o te so chi chasang chi chachi chi len na ya kon du se o te chi shwe
Allah nge chwa te di kusala chola ye an barmal pepe kusala an danda jushi chwani raw ju thambula ya ane true question the character se waina dan di tanda te langme kha to yimba yiza barme ge kepa khashi ge khabar ge ju ne chikse ma wa to nye kor nga bala so pa chewa yina langma che ge re senge tende yong deng do ane khabar do ne penso khabar do ne de gen chorong ge gonju kande yu andi chap chambo khasi re de mari tin ke pata zo zong ge de zo barme ge ke pata zo tene zong do ti che gi chwa ji chwa nim pa de la ta ji barma gomba khashi la pe chawa ngap ja ship ja tene yo de yo ta pe nga chi dong ge de la pe mi si be je su yi rong yu tan ti tu le tu wa yi na
di kanga tala je zonyo le pe yore ni tapa re chi gomba che le de chi ane de ne lo zonyo pe ndo ti ye yong ge chongba de so de tapa re chi zonyo pe on du kangin da wo ke yong mo de se tanda ge la ge ju yi de kar song song na do wa ji ye cha ne ane tap chi che ge yi se de ne chi song song te yi ma yi zang ye chwa de dong ge wa de ji chwa ni.
My question to Venerable Kosala from Burma, and I have two questions. The first one is, some Burmese scholars of Vinaya holders said that nowadays we have phones, and so if a bhikkhu is, is saying some lewd words to women, or is saying a woman to minister him with the sensualities, and so in that way the Burmese Vinaya holders accept that that bhikkhu commits sangha desisa. And so what is your opinion about that? And also those such Burmese scholars are something standard or not? And that one's one question. And another one is that in Burma, I know that there are many monasteries with a lot of monks. For example, within one monastery, there are 400 and 500 monks and so on, like that. And so also you are practicing alms and going around the villages near the monastery. And so is there any problem for the nearby villagers that a large number of monks coming for the alms? So is there any problem for the nearby villagers or not? So that is the two questions.
Yeah, of course, that's why we need a rule regulation, no? We need a rule regulation is for protection such like this, bad behaviors. We need a rule regulations that protects, no? From bad behavior. So in Myanmar, the Pike Lakes, the population of monks and the nuns, the 50,000, around the 50,000, not Beshuni, that is Dachasila, 10 precepts follows. Everywhere that they have the monastery, nunneries there. They study Vinaya Sutta Abhidhamma, Pali literature. So in Myanmar, two kinds of monastery. One is for learning center, teaching learning about the Tripitaka. Another is for meditation center, the practice for Vipassana, two kinds. So in Myanmar, the two kinds of parliament, the government parliament and Sangha parliament. In Sangha society, some program coming, go to Sangha parliament. So Sangha, the Vinaya, the order, the church, law according to Vinaya Pitaka, according to Vinaya rule regulation. This is belong to the Sangha society. Government waiting for Sangha order to punish. So, to parliament, the government parliament and Sangha parliament, they are separately. The government not coming entering Sangha parliament, whatever they do according to Dhamma Vinaya. According to Dhamma Vinaya. So, Burmese government has law for Sangha society. Law for Sangha society. And they happen to Sangha society by their law to punishment, to supporting, something like this. So that's why in Myanmar, Buddha Sasana is such like this, strongly, because supported by the government to government. They have constitution support to the Bhikshu Sangha society, and then make punishment according to Vinaya, according to Sangha aura. Suppose I do something, drinking drugs, I complain someone to report to Sangha society. Sangha society judge this is apathy, should do something like this. A police coming. Burmese police listen to Sangha society. What we want to. So anyway, a law there, rule regulation there. Basically, Buddhist leaders need for Buddha Sasana to belong. Okay.
Okay. 당한서 밤에 룸바노를 찾아와이나 아니 겐두지대 하종 소침보레스 베나 바제다 동자 nga nga스지 라지여비 계자요레스 겐두지대 아니 쯤에데요 여바레다 이나 겐로 마요마레 송고도 쯤에데요레스 근데 인데다 데니까 여바체 데네 다단당가 좀 도와대 조 아니 류지 지방염 다 류지 군쟁염 바도 나기 군쟁염 바 텔레 도비 타지레스 엔데조 냥레는 거 여바레스 데네 다조 지라 콘조 룸베노라 아니 주주 니요레스 도웨고 주주 겐두지 주주세 지체 아니 단다 융기 주주세네 지요레스 다 융디 주주데 노지 차시긴 도나더바 아니 겐두지 데이 주주세네 요레스 겐두지 데이 주주 데노라 아니 가르체그레세나 겐두바나 페나다 룽아기 제바 마라셰바다 페나 총통야라소바도 아니 쟁인 통야라소바 딘디기 통투 도선 숑바이나 아니 데 겐두지데라야 슈그레스 겐두지데라야 슈 아니 데니 겐두지데마 겐두지 주주제와 겐두지 주주 데기 아니 만천다 제그레스 다 융코런 융데고 돈에다 주주 니요레스 주주 파르멘트스고도 파르멘트스 주주로와 제도 주주 니 담바요레스 대요니 바메기 년도 받은 저 이나요니 겐디지 단다 제바 몬타지지 싱거요르스 근데 이 콘조고 아니 라드쇼와 넘베 총통알아서 받는데 통화이나 아니 년도 발레 영어스 따로 년도 발레니 다야 티서데 가와티그스네 이게 겐디지 주주로 튀도 그래스 근데 대든 tum비 도와든 tum비가 아니고 니체제 영어레스 든디레샤도 what about the lewd words saying to a woman through phone? Is it standard or not?
Talking with the woman.
Third Sangha Desisa. Third Sangha Desisa and fourth Sangha Desisa. It is practiced through phone. Is it standard or not?
Talking with the sexual case.
Yeah. Talking about the sexual, it is through phone.
Law is a law. Law is a law. Offense is offense. Apathy is apathy. Not depends on the individual.
Konzola tuni chebajaya maris.
Duan zimba namba nile kandi shuchochi. Ta tanda pejun no tenge ta tongwa sha yonde zo de nembo togi tsanga de kichembu shi wuchi tsegere. Nembo togi go ne shadong cheba yena ne depa tsangmen yang ta tiwa tende ndujung ka hin song na tende de tangara zo pali chuji de de no nembo togi go ne shadong chena ta phamba de de ta tugi yo me 대가 나기기 nembo togi 꼴레인데 다 가면 요나면 나와서 때 간셔요.
In Buddhism, the purification is very important, and so for purification within the Tibetan Buddhism, it is very important to have fourfold antidotes. And so, do you accept those fourfold antidotes to purify some Vinaya offenses or not?
Four?
Fourfold antidotes.
Any?
Antidotes. Antidotes. Opposite of the offenses.
I
Okay, please try.
Okay, so Nyambutopshi means it is written in, I think, Pali as Chatwari Pratipaksa Balani.
Yeah, one.
Okay, so this is, it's translated into English as four opponent forces. Normally it is related to one's remorse towards one's misdeeds. When someone commit offense, if he generate deep sense, remorse means regret, when someone regret of doing something bad. So particularly in this four opponent forces are listed as force of reliance, force of overcoming misdeeds through antidotes, force of repentance, force of not repeating the misdeeds. So I think these are mainly thought processes that has to go through when someone regret of doing something bad. So what happens is normally the monks would go to a temple or to Sangha community, express his regret and remorse, deep remorse. Are you getting me? So this is one way of purifying one's offense, misdeeds. So is it also this kind of practice also available in your tradition or not?
Yeah, basically, I know clearly whatever you said. So, four types of Bhaju, Shila, Patimokkha Samvara, Shila, followed the Vinaya rule regulation. Indriya Samvara Sila, we protect eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. Whatever we see, we need to protect attachment, lower dosha moha. Whatever we hear, not to come in lower dosha moha. Whatever we got smell, not to come in lower dosha moha. Defilements. Whatever we eat, not to come in our mind. Defilements. Whatever we touch, anything, we need to protect, not to come in defilements. This is Indriya Samvara Sila. Another thing is Ajiva Parisodhi Sila. How to search him for food, shelter, there is chura and medicine. These are called Ajiva Parisodhi Sila. Okay, I eat during lunch. This is the food is proper or not. How to come into me? These are called Ajiva Parisodhi Sila. Should be purifying of this is food. Such like this Bali is Ajiva Parisodhi Sila. And another is a Picha Vakana Sila. We should contemplation about when we use lunch, breakfast, whatever. Whatever we use the chura, whatever we use this timber, whatever we use medicine, other than we should contemplation about why I use this food, why I use this medicine, why I use this chura, something like this that we should notice. These are called Pichavakana Shila. So the Bhaju, the Shila, the four types of Shila: Patimokkha Samvara Sila, Indriya Samvara Sila, Ajiva Parisodhi Sila, Pichavakana Shila. Other than we need the faith, Saddha. Without faith, we not possible to follow Vinaya rule regulation. We not believe Buddha, Dhamma, Vinaya. at the time we cannot follow. Why we follow Vinaya rule regulation? Because we faith the Buddha, Dharma, Vinaya. Okay, this is how to make purify all our life. So, Chakku, Soda, Gana, Jengwa, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, also we need the protection by the mindfulness. Ajiva body sodi also we should section the properly according to Vinaya rule regulation. And then when we use the food, food, clothes, shelter, medicine, other than need knowledge, with the wisdom. Bind the faith, bind the energy, bind the knowledge, bind the mindfulness. This is the four make for our life to be purified. Purification of life. Such like this, okay.
Oh yeah. And tanda tsundu number she yore sung da konki. And so da zo zuda tero rejalo sobala long she because ani sunsha zogo de karre sen ani miki zulu da because te dunde chabashi majubado. And now we dalani because te dunde chabashi majuba. Ani ta shene tanda se sabi ka so yonko ola so ta te dunde chabashi majuba de kechimboris. Mardo ni nganzo da zuda tero reja dunde ani umbi gongala chaban nazo jishia yoba inde tenzo kadum chego de kechimboris. Tani all so tani so Bandiji, you were talking about the protection of eyes, sensual organs from those forms.
Indriya Samvara Sila. Indriya Samvara Sila.
Indriya Samvara Sila.
Five faculty, no? Five.
Tene da kongi pali no la ne tsundu namba jiji yore se so da tsundu namba jiji pali ki tsi ma tyo hu da ane tenzo re da nge to ma so ai ku ga me bachi las.
Okay.
Danda sochong choki ngarang so droling ki nambe to ne chaba tangba ti ane chik yapchon rabu tsudu chimbi kiwa ne yabo yor song su ten ngarang ki chimbi chik cha hilen tu shong tanda gen la che ki nyen je langme to la ya ane barme nang la ya kabar to le ting sum rabu chik tang te che ba yin na nyen je langma jungur wen rabu chik song song ha ta ye tam che yuwa ma ngarang so lo la yang 대하랑 중국에 챙겨요. юм진 가르를 선도 군지 전화비 조직님이 오전 나라야. 젠된 게롱기. 안에 tin수맘 대단 잡에 저베 디jen지 디니 체발이 좀 동강우기라로 봐. 인지 미니 우스테고 계속 주는 말이스. 디님바 인두 안에 나랑 졸로래야. 게롱지기 카바르줄레 안에 보다 보면 차트시 근데 집에 있는 땐데 중국 주선 상바 있는 동화 제타조를 야스 김진 가르스는 친수 맘스 남가르와 대단 잡이 저바 디jen지 디니 tre발을 좀 동화 우기 송와 인도 대 동화 제사레스 대 센뎁조디 되는 거 저바지라요 저바지 때 년지 랑마티 다 개롱 진된 개롱 제게 아니 제바다 분명히 tre주지 디 땐시바 이게 그게 요는자 나는 이게 요는자 대체발 지네 군이 차체소나 안에 동화 지고 싶었은 것도 가르세나 노메도 증주나야 랑암 예지 쪽자롱 개바 분미 체바나 겐두 랑메 라드에 랑은 거고 주버치 송거도 다 된제 인주티 틱티 돈다 말세고 라바이나 랑이 무슬랍게 요는자스 랑이 바 저도 동화색으로 현다를 거는 자스 안에 보다 보면 체바 이나 디 라마티 라지에스 라텔 벨랑시 랑이 고 주바시 세도 와스 근데 랑게 내가 지금 뭐 저거야 dim생 가리 나스 근데 송주 대하랑 의료 나스 해야지
The first part is just a supplementary for one of the questions asked before by one of our speakers here. And so whether the Sanghadesisa of lewd, telling lewd words to a woman through the phone is a Sanghadesisa or not. And he confirms that in one of the great commentaries of Tibetan Vinaya, and Sotik, it's called Sotik. In that it's mentioned that even after 3 times of go between one husband or a wife as matchmaking, and so only 3 times of messaging, that can be the factors to fulfill the Sanghadesisa, to fulfill the Sanghadesisa itself. So I think that is enough. Just telling some lewd words for women is the factor for the Sanghadesisa itself. And my question is that and then my question is that in one of the Vinaya texts, it's mentioned that when you make some go-between or matchmaking between a man and a woman, and it's just like cutting your own head. It's mentioned like that. So so it's mentioned like that a bhikkhu is just like cutting his own head. It's just like that. So why the offense is so big for just making a matchmaking?
Who cut them? Is that
yeah.
who cut them?
The example is that if one cuts one's own head, it's quite sin, right? Great sin. Just like that, when a bhikkhu commits Sanghadesisa of matchmaking between 2 couples, and then so the offense is very big. And so why is it so big, the offense?
Okay. I'm trying to answer. Okay. According to Bali literature, there is 7 types of offense. Okay. There is major and minor, 2 types, the Guruka and Lahuka. Number 1 is Parachika. Number 2, Sanghadesisa. Number 3, Aniyada. Number 4, Pachitiya. Number 5, Sura Pachitiya. Number 7, Sekhiya. And there is
Adhikara.
Okay, such like this. Out of it then, Parajika Abati, Sanghadesisa Abati, Pachitiya Abati, Thonglicha Abati, Dogata Abati, Dobasi Abati. Yeah, the 7 types, offense according to Vinaya Birka. So out of it then, Parachika and Sanghadesisa is the heaviness offense. When command Parajika 4 types, says stealing, killing, lying. The 4 types of Parajika there. Other than our life is totally down, totally fed down from mankind, similar to death, similar to cut our head. Not possible to come again, who are, separate body and head. At the time, he never coming for his life. Such like this monk who are comment 4 types of Parajika, anyone. His life is dead. The monk life was dead. Never he got again in present life. But he has a chance. Go Samanera, not monk. So he has a chance to practice, to study, to liberation, Nibbana. He has chance. So if he command parachika, he should change. This is the offense, this is a punishment. He should know by himself. He should change Upasaka, living life, or Samanera, and then he trying to practice for liberation. Yeah, it is a possibility. Sangha, this is no need to change Samanera, no need to change living life. The man is a monk. He can make recover again to beautify his life. Other I need rule regulation. The first, we should stay far from Sangha society. We should announce, I offend any Sangha disease. That's why. So I follow some rule regulation separate from Sangha society. I hide one day. I should stay one day separate from Sangha. I hide 1 month. Any Sangha disease party. Hiding 1 day, 2 days, 3. Last 2 days, I command any Sangha disease, but I make cover. I not talking openly to other Bhikshu Sangha. These are go hiding 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever. No, 1 year, 2 years. I should stay pre-vasa, first stage. No, a pre-vasa, separate from Sangha. And then we follow Manata 7 days more. 7 days more. These are called Manata, to be appreciated from the Sangha society. Last stage is the Bhikshu Sangha called a back game. The more than the 20 bandits gathering, and they call again in Sangha society. So, we comment any Sangha society in Sangha decision, we trying to follow such a like this rule regulation, not easily, very difficult. That's why the Sangha decision is a heaviness, no, apathy, heaviness apathy. Sangha decision, Sangha is a Sangha, Adi, the beginning, Sesa, end, middle and end. Whatever you follow, that is rule regulation, need Sangha society, beginning, middle, end, to cover of Sangha, Sangha decision apathy. Need Sangha, Adi, not beginning, time also. And then middle time also, and the end of time also, other time, so the need, whatever we comment the Sangha decision, this Sangha society. We start with the Sangha, we end with the Sangha. That's why it is called Sangha decision. Sangha decision.
Okay. Da kongi sonya la den nganzo ni tonga denga yores ta tonga denga tangi rede ji ma trans phambe de lame de tonge de mangi bite tongudo denga se jumero mangi bite tene ni lame de tene pondu de tene tunje ji de tene niji ji de tene jeba shiba shiba as ta denzo suma de dun sa tongudo den suma yores de ji jurewa tene denzo ko so che ani ina yo danga zo Pambado Lamani no Pamba Dabuji Shuaina, Mune Mongoche Bandores, Rongi Rongoche Bando Chagores, Inayo, and Lamic Tonga de Shuaina, Rongi Rongoche Bando Chagomares, and that the Chagame Junzen Zoche, any Carson, Chagame Junze Carson, Lami Tonga Shuaina, Tadu Mutune Towers in the Dechures, Pamba Jibun Gitsawaina, Konuji Gibaina, and Towers in the Day to go Marista, Martin Reres. O tende inde teni rongi rong go cheba ndawo jiju mares ta yina yo lame ge tongwa de ni nyecha chimbu tsu gwe da garare sene yo ti kono dirma bombo do nyeje la so ba tenzo ganga ji sun bombo do nyeje yo ro da ngazo 몽보지 니지지 네 어든조 동아 지주 나조 요레스 다 디마체네 아니 라마디 라미 동아 쇼이나 니바 쩌버츠고비 진세 가르레스는 아니 다 뽕고 유서라 rem바지드 마송고도 동보 보아시에 그레스 보아시비 젤른데든데 총그레 아니 고아시비 가서 공기수는 샤종 등선스 샤종 등고레스는 대베지단 노지 주련도 텐스 다 게임도 샤종 등고레스도 드네 드네 다 고아치에서 비제수 라요 용화시비 가서요 겐두지데 정니슈 담바 인지메지 총거르스다 윤타 니슈 총거르스 근데 윤디 가르세레 다 대다윈 투지 몽보 셔버진 장고고이데 하중 가와레 근데 니 하중 가위는스 대동 가위 제바 대동 가위 그 니바 진베 전에 니바 찌바 찌그레스 지르샤 다 대동되는 공기 아니 겐둘하메 게데를 상가 데시사 아시고도 상가 데시사 셰바델 자시지 송송 상가 데시사 셰바디 자시 가르스는 상가 셰바디 겐둘러 세고도 겐둘 세레스 아니 다 데시사 생기는 아디도 세사스는 니체 아디 셰바데 토말 세그레스 시사 셰바데는 타말 세그레스 대인도 다 태준의 제변의 페이지 통타 겐두 센데 차로도 통타 겐두 센데시 다 태주랑서 와이나 인지 당가서 겐두하면 미래 다가랑 아디 가르치네 통타 겐두스는 민다버스는 겐두하면 그 동아지 쉬운 차도 돼야 아니 봉구 윤선으로서 빌레 탄지 레셰바 탄지 아니 토메 찬의 겐두로라레 타메 찬의 겐두로라레 버레 근데 인도 탄지 겐두로라레 바인자 디찬의 통타 겐두스는라 상가 데시사스는 민다고 비준세 데레스 공탄에 소노도
Namo Buddhaya. Namaste Bhante. Thank you so much for your wonderful explanation on the practice of Vinaya. My questions to you is, how can a monastic, a bhikkhu, safeguard the Sanghadisisa rule, protect the Sanghadisisa rule, and avoid not being fall into any apathy? What is the way that a monk should avoid falling into any apathy? Thank you.
Vinaya rule regulation is the faith, based on the faith, satta. The protection by the satta. How you believe Buddha, Dhamma, Vinaya? We are not believe. So this is the problem where we come into us. So need strong such satta, faith. This is a real protection.
다 공기 야 저와 쉬어들라니 지렁이 단다 배 사시 여보시오노 스투치노 쉬어도니 이 저와디 가르 있으나 아니 당한주 겐들라미 동안로서 받는주 마귀 받들 타위 탑 간르시오레스야 저와디 쉬송 아니 다 공기 마스에 지나 다데 개체슈되니 송지를 대바동 취를 대바도 겐들을 대바도 요그른 도와를 대바 요그레스 도알라 대바시바티 이치인데 이치 메바이나는 가서 동행 구역이 인가 첨부요레스 다가로 이치 메바이나니 공수자바티 제선 롱nen 도고이데 페지 탈런 테인지레스
트위치에 되게 좋아지는 들어봐예 아니 다 단다가디 디랭기 초팀 아니 시와게 담시에 담시에 나 니다 아니 좋아지는 쟁에 간테 좋아당이 도미게 단다 죽스존송 아니 뜻 참아라 트위치에서 아니 하고도 단다 아니 니땡 게로 마하다라 초다 아니 고살라 초 남니나 아니 담시에다 뜻 참아 아니 드니 나와라 트위치에서 쉬어야 아니 단다 근데 가서 봐 드라 나게 때도 참말라 트위치에서 쉬어야 아니 되게 단다 손님 시와 된주 좀 봐이
올라서 드니 니니베 니 당보가 저 제름데 찾아 줘봐라 드니 셀랄 데 페로치스 드니 봉다다 드조카직 넘버 2 아니 잡라 슝니 쪽데 봉다다 믹세 단다 차딥시도와 아니 드조 대가랑 자 샤샤로치스 봉다다 차딥도 카직 단다 다라쇼게 단다 겐데모 건조 담셰 조 산이 차기 여러와 디 두장라 차딥 dortu tam jodi shal nam ma phero chi sharo chis on ta res to chen no